Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an incredibly exciting show today, the reveal show for the 2018 Call of Duty World League season. I'll be your host, Clint Maven Evans. To my left, the incredible Joe Merc DeLuca. And next to him, the incredibly average Jack Courage Dunlop. First off, Jack, how you doing?
The first moments on air, and already it begins. I'm fantastic. I cannot wait for all the details to be released for the Call of Duty World League 2018 season. Such a bright future ahead. More, again, on the line than ever before. More moving parts than ever before. There is not enough to be excited about. I can't wait.
Well, Joe, I want to hear from you. Obviously, no secret, you work a lot on this. You've been planning for, a majority of 2017 to get prepped for end of this year. Going into next year, how good does it feel to kind of finally unveil everything?
Oh, it's awesome. Obviously, the players, during that break, they get a little bit of restless. They're like, when are the announcements? For us, it's 2 times, 3 times worse than that. We're excited. We want to get as much information out as we can, and this is the show where we're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we've got millions of dollars on the line. We're going to talk about opportunities online and on land. It's going to be bigger and better than last year. But, before, we hop into talking about 2018, let's talk a little bit about last year. It was amazing, right? We had an incredible start, a great finish. Jack, maybe a favorite moment for you looking at this past year?
Gosh, favorite moment for me, obviously the competition, just great overall. Champs for me has to be the highlight. I mean, that was probably one of the most memorable moments I've ever had in my entire Call of Duty casting career, which is coming up now in 3 years. Something that I'll never forget. Obviously, that grand final, the Dynasty finally now cemented for the Optic Gaming team.
Anything stands out for you, Joe? I know there's a lot of moments.
Splice winning stage 1, I think, was huge. I think for that whole European region. But the big thing to me is E United. That's the story that we try to really capture with the CWL, just from, those 2Ks to winning Atlanta. Those are the things that we love. E United, big ups to those guys.
Yeah, Splice, it's amazing just to see, the improvement from season 1 kind of the CWL and seeing, the European region improve than last year. Maybe even new and higher limits they're going to set for themselves this year in season 3. But let's get into it, right? We're starting November 3rd. That is the launch of Call of Duty World War II. We're going to kick things off with MLG Game Battles. There's a lot to talk about the online play. Let's start it here. Let's talk about the Game Battles ladder.
Yeah, so the Game Battles ladder, this is really your introduction into our CWL system. We want you guys be playing against all other people, in your region. But we've made some changes. I know there's some worries about, oh man, how much am I going to have to grind? Well, last year we introduced a daily cap. How many matches can you play a day? We're reducing that. It goes from 50 points to 35 points, 5 matches a day. That's what you get to play every single day. Hey, that rhymed.
Yeah, we listened to feedback last year, right? You try to do everything you can for the up and coming amateur players while also not putting too much, weight and pressure on online play than for some of the professional players that have been a little bit more established and trying to kind of meet both ways. But how excited are you for this grind, man? It's awesome to see the players get back to it.
It can't be stressed enough. And again, these will take place across the 3 major regions, North America, Europe, as well as the APAC region. But this begins on day 1. It's simple as that. The Call of Duty World League 2018 season literally begins on launch day. It's going to be here before you know it. And the great thing about these ladders that Joe mentioned, the MLG Game Battles ladders, this is how you enter into competing. When you ask, how do I get involved in the Call of Duty World League? This is how you start to make a name for yourself. On this ladder, you could face some of the biggest names in Call of Duty esports. I promise, if you take them down, people will take note.
Certainly will. Now let's move forward kind of from the MLG Game Battles into the 2Ks. They are going to be back. Money is going to be on the line. And there is a little bit of the difference, at least starting into this year, right? We're going to have 15 throughout the course of this 2018 season for the CWL. But there's a big difference, especially with the number you kind of have going into the first event with regards to also how seeding will work for the first one for pro points. Can you kind of break that down for us, Joe?
Yeah, so 15 in each region throughout the year. So 15 in North America, 15 in Europe, 15 in APAC. We love everyone. We're giving everybody those equal tournaments. But the big thing, before our first event, we're going to have 3 to 4 2Ks. And you're going to be able to earn a lot of those cash prizes, a lot of pro points. But the big thing is, and I know this is a worry of some of our past players, was that first 2K. We're worried about that sort of random seeding. It's a new year, a fresh start. Don't worry, we're going to be bringing in those points from last year, seeding that first 2K based off last year's performance.
Absolutely. Just showing all these guys that put in the work last year, had these top finishes, kind of respect due as you put in that time, put forth those top finishes.
And we talked a lot about key dates so far. Obviously, the Game Battles ladders launching on day day 1, November 3rd. The first 2K of this season, November 12th. So you get a little bit over a week of practice in now on the new game. Immediately you dive right in. What I get so excited for is this is going to be the first real major taste of, obviously, the Call of Duty competitive esports rules in Call of Duty World War II. You also add in the new rosters, the storylines, the retired players coming back, the new players entering the scene. This is going to garner a lot of viewers in the online streams. All eyes will be on this.
And again, a big point here. This is open to all. So these 2Ks are going to be absolutely massive. Now, we're speaking of, kind of these open opportunities for Call of Duty esports players online. Let's shift focus now to the LAN. That's where the money is made. That's where the big battles go down. Let's talk about our first major CWL Open. That's going to take place on December 8th. Merc, where we headed, pal?
We're going back to Dallas. Obviously, the Fort Worth crowd last year was incredible. Well, this year we're coming back. We just love the experience. Obviously, Optic Gaming taking that one before stage 1. We're excited to be back.
Oh, and Dallas, here's some of the key notes. We're live from the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center. Again, that's December 8th through the 10th. $200,000 prize pool, as well as 25,000 pro points up for grabs in that first place spot. Up to 160 teams in the open bracket. One of the things that separates Call of Duty esports from a majority of the different games you see played competitively is that extremely competitive open bracket. Obviously, spectator and VIP passes are on sale right now. Team passes go on sale October 27th. I can promise you those are probably going to go fast. CallOfDuty.com/CWL for all the information you need.
Yes, like you said, get those passes and get them early, because we know the first event for many titles is one of the bigger ones from when you just look at pure number of teams.
Yep.
It's a new game. Everybody thinks they're going to be the best at it right away. We follow all these guys that are like, it's my year. We'll see. You have to come and prove it in the open bracket, and it should be amazing. But Joe, let's talk a little bit about the pool play now for this open tournament. Kind of break it down for me.
Yeah, so we're starting with 16 teams, very similar to last year when we're going to have a regional breakdown. 10 from North America, 5 from Europe, and 1 from APAC. How are we going to decide those teams? Well, you're going to have 3 2Ks before that Dallas event. There will be a pool play roster lock, which we'll communicate with you guys, but that's how you do it. Those 3 2Ks are going to be very important before Dallas.
And now, guys, that's our first, right? But we've got many. There are going to be 6 of these $200,000 global opens coming to you for the 2018 season. 25,000 pro points on the line for these. And let's kind of keep going through them, right? We have a lot to announce today. So the second CWL Global Open is going to be on January 12th to 14. Where are we going next, buddy?
We're headed to New Orleans. Obviously, Call of Duty was there before, but we're coming back. I wasn't at that event. I'm super excited. You guys have said great things. I can't wait to be in New Orleans.
Oh my goodness. Right after the new year, I feel like the party is going to continue down there. Again, this is the second CWL Global Open of the 2018 season. Again, $200,000 on the line, up to 160 teams in that massive open bracket. Again, spectator and VIP passes on sale now. Talk to your friends, get your trips planned. Team passes go on sale November 17th, so 2 weeks after the new game releases.
Now, we've got a lot of details to release regarding the upcoming CWL Pro League, but Joe, there is an important kind of date here with regards to this event and pro points. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so this is where we are going to find out the 16 teams that are invited to our Stage 1 competition. Those 16 teams, very similar sort of breakdown from our pool play. 10 from North America, 5 from Europe, 1 for APAC. Super important tournament. A lot of eyes are going to be on that pro point race.
And we're going to get into that very shortly here. Before that, though, we do have a third Global Open to reveal for you guys. That's March 9th through 11th. Where's the third event going to be?
We're headed back to Atlanta. Can E United defend this turf? We saw them take down Optic Gaming in that incredible final. We just had to go back.
Yeah, I mean, a historical city just from that one event last year. March 9th through 11th. Again, 160 teams up to in that open bracket, $200,000 prize pool. Spectator and VIP passes on sale now. Folks, we are 5 months out. There is no excuse to miss this event. The crowd was insane last time. I can promise it's going to happen again. Team passes for this event go on sale January 12th. Again, CallOfDuty.com/CWL for all the information you need regarding the event.
Remember, 6 Global Opens. We've got Dallas, New Orleans, Atlanta, and I want to talk a little bit about the next 3. Now, we cannot reveal, kind of dates and venues yet, but guys, there are 3 that are going to be broken down. Then once we get to Dallas, 1 will will be on European soil as well. So very exciting stuff. We're really looking forward to getting into it. You can see the money spread across these 6 events. It's going to be amazing. I mean, bigger and better than last year, man.
And again, can't stress it enough. Tickets available now for Dallas, New Orleans, and Atlanta. Spectator and VIP passes already on sale for all of those. Go get your passes now. Plan your trips. Be there for what is going to be a memorable year. Also, as you saw there, more details to be announced about the other 3 Global Open events at Dallas.
All right, well, we've gone through game battles, 2Ks, the Global Opens. Let's now talk about the CWL Pro League. Now, with Joe, eventually I want to get into the nitty-gritty of this, but first with Jack, let's just talk about kind of the basics now of the Pro League. Yep. Last year, obviously, being our first LAN league we had, we're just trying to improve it.
Yeah, that's the year-over-year goal, right, is to always improve what we've done. Now, the big thing to take note of right away, again, we'll be live from the MLG Arena, but we're live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this year. Getting back to the midweek schedule, we'll have 2 divisions of 8 teams for 2018, moving away from the 4 groups from last year. Stage 1 starts January 23rd. The playoffs take place April 6th to the 8th. Stage 2 begins May 15th, with Stage 2 playoffs July 27th through the 29th.
All right, so Joe, I want to talk a little bit, just kind of compare to last year. So last year we had the 16 teams. Yep. There were 4 each week, kind of spread out over a month that competed against each other. Some of the feedback we got from viewers, some of the feedback we got from players is they'd like to play against more teams. They'd like to watch more team matchups. If you're a viewer, talk to me about how it's going to be different this year for the Pro League.
Yeah, so obviously the big change is 2 divisions of 8. This is sort of the biggest change, that you're going to be playing double round robin. So going from 6 matches last year in a weekend to 14 over a couple of weeks. Now, how those 2 divisions are going to work? Well, for first 2 weeks, say we take Division A, we'll bring them here, put them in apartments. They'll have a nice place to stay. They'll leave after 2 weeks. Division B will come in. That'll be half their season. They're going to have their 7 games played. After those 4 weeks, Division A will come back, finish their season. The top 4 from that division will head to the playoffs. Those 2 weeks end. Yes, I know it's a bit of a long time, but Division B comes back, plays their last 7 games. Then we'll see our 8 teams play for a $500,000 playoff.
Yeah, instead of battling against 4 teams in a week, or 3 teams kind of, if you were a team last year, you now have these 8 teams coming in a division. You're going to see all those crazy matchups you want. And I want real quick, Jack, I want to get to you, but I want to hear you mentioned the apartments now for these players. I want to hear from both of your guys' sides, but how kind of crucial do you think that is? If you're a professional player, you're away from home, just having that living condition while you're here.
Well, that's it. We want to make it like their home. We want to make it feel like their home, and that's sort of the thing. We want them to go home, create content, have their setups, be able to practice. Important 2 divisions, well, you're not really going to want to practice against that division as much. You want to be able to go home and practice against the other one, because you're not going to see them until that postseason. So that's very important. And after a long day of matches, you want that nice bed. You don't want to go back to a hotel room. You want to go back to something that's like yours. Open that freezer, find some ice cream, relax.
I like hotel rooms because they clean up after me.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get special service for you.
No, it's great. I mean, you hit the nail on the head on a lot of those points. My favorite part is the content side of things. For all we know, teams go back, they watch over their film, they scrim, and then you could wind up having a captain maybe record a video, upload it on their thoughts on the first week or the first day of matches, what they want to improve on, what they're experiencing so far. In the CWL Pro League, so many different options. That's going to be 8 teams at a time, all live here at the arena for extended time on their hands. It's going to be great to see.
And like last year, you're going to have the $200,000 available for getting into the Pro League, $500,000 up for grabs for the actual playoffs, a ton of money on the line. But guys, the next thing I believe is kind of one of the newest features and I guess most drastic changes we have heading into CWL 2018, and that's going to be the national circuit. Joe, this is all you. Break it down for us, pal.
Yeah, so we just felt like there was a level missing in the CWL. What is it? A lot of you might be wondering. It's an online league in 8 different countries, as you can see: USA, Canada, UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia. The top teams not in the CWL Pro League will compete in this. A league of 8 teams per country, $1,000 prize pool for the winner. Pro points available, and then most importantly, what I'm very excited about, travel and accommodation to a major LAN event provided for the winner.
And Jack, talk about why that's so important, that last bit, the travel and accommodation, especially let's say you're, maybe a up-and-coming player no one's heard of in Italy. You don't have an organization. You have a chance to make a name for yourself, right?
You get that top spot. You get yourself covered to go to one of these major LAN events where you can really begin to make a name for yourself, get all eyes on really the skill you have. It also is great because we have 4 of these stages, so this isn't just a one-off type thing. You're going to see even more countries represented. It's only going to help further raise the stakes, bigger scale than ever before. That's the goal each year with the Call of Duty World League.
And similar to last year, you know, probably the best time of the year for us when we're working as on-air talent has got to be CWL Champs. Everything leads up to this. It was the most memorable moments of my life were last year, even thinking back to season 1. It's just so incredible to see teams play for that much money, that much pressure, that many people watching. You guys got to be hyped for Champs.
Absolutely. $1.5 million, most anticipated event of the year. It's always a great time.
There's nothing bigger. It's simple as that. With the trophy, the rings you have, the legacy built there, the wonders. Will someone match Karma 3 rings? Will Karma win a 4th? The curse now broken. Can anyone take down the green wall? So many questions already established, and we're still months and months away. Champs, always an event that you cannot miss out on. It is one to remember.
And regarding qualifying for Champs, it's going to be similar to last year, but we are going to have more details coming out in the near future. But one thing I believe we are safe to say, teams qualifying correct for Stage 2 are going to have their spots locked into Champs.
Yeah, those 16 teams that do make Stage 2, very similar to last year, they're going to be in Champs. So that Stage 2, super important for those guys. You want to be at that $1.5 million event. The other 16, we'll get those details to you guys soon. It's going to be one heck of a ride.
Well, guys, we've covered a lot. I know for those of you taking notes diligently, congrats. The few of you that have been doing it. But let's take a look kind of at the overall recap and the overall calendar for the end of 2017 heading into 2018. So I think for me, this is easiest to look at it kind of from bottom up. You know, you start with the online ladders, which kick off with the launch of Call of Duty World War II for this CWL season. Jack, why don't you break it down, pal?
Again, Maven just hit the nail on the head. Look at this from the bottom up. We start out November 3rd, the online MLG game battles ladders kick off right away. That is the start of the season. You practice with your team, play every day leading up to the first online 2K in each of the 3 major regions, North America, Europe, and APAC on November 12th. You participate with those, you get your team pass, you get your team prepared, then you travel to the Global Open LAN event down in Dallas from December 8th to the 10th. Obviously, we head to New Orleans next, followed by Atlanta all the way in March. But we also have our CWL national circuits to play for. More information coming soon about those. We touched on some of the high-level details there. The first stage of that, January 26th to February 16th. That lines up quite nicely with the CWL Pro League Stage 1, which takes place from January 23rd through April 8th. Our playoffs then, following that at the end of the weekend. 3 more opens to be announced as well. You can see there on your screen so many details, but all of it leads up to the Call of Duty World League Championship in August. More details to come soon around that event.
Exactly. It's amazing. You know, it's the end of October. We already have pretty much the entire year mapped out. Yes, there are some details for Champs, you know, the final venues and locations for those 3 out of 6 global opens. But for the most part, you can mark your calendar. You can plan your trips, whether you're a viewer, whether you're a player. Start making those teams. Start competing on November 3rd. But for myself, guys, thanks for watching. We're all incredibly excited to kick it off. We will see you at the CWL Dallas Global Open on December 8th. The Call of Duty World League is back for the 2018 season, and it's bigger and better than ever. Looking to get involved? Here's how it works. This season has several open opportunities where anyone can enter to earn CWL Pro Points, which you'll need to qualify for invite-only leagues and events. Earn more Pro Points than everyone else through game battles, the online 2Ks, and the global opens, and you could qualify for the CWL National Circuit, CWL Pro League, and our biggest event of the year, CWL Champs. On November 3rd, with the launch of Call of Duty World War II, everyone will be able to start earning CWL Pro Points daily by registering on GameBattles.com and winning CWL ladder matches. November 12th is the first 2K tournament of the year. Anyone can enter 2Ks via Game Battles, and the winners get 2,000 Pro Points per player plus a cash prize. Don't worry if you don't place well in the first tournament. We'll have plenty more throughout the year across North America, Europe, and the Australia Pacific region. Doing well in the 2Ks? Get ready to travel and prove your skills on LAN. Throughout the year, there are 6 global opens that anyone can enter, each with a $200,000 prize pool. We already have CWL Dallas, New Orleans, and Atlanta confirmed. 3 additional global opens will be announced on December 8th, including one in Europe. After the dust settles at CWL New Orleans, the teams with the highest amount of Pro Points will be tallied. and 16 teams will be invited to participate in the CWL Pro League for a chance to earn glory and serious cash at the playoffs. Barely missed qualification for the CWL Pro League? Introducing the CWL National Circuit. The CWL National Circuit is comprised of 8 online leagues for 8 select countries, played on the Game Battles platform. Top teams in each country who are not playing in the CWL Pro League in Columbus, Ohio, will be invited to play in the country's CWL National Circuit League. On the table are extra pro points, cash, and for the winners, travel and accommodation to a future major land event. After 9 months of ladders, 15 2K tournaments, 6 global opens, 4 stages of the CWL National Circuit, and 2 stages of the CWL Pro League, it's time for our biggest event of the year, CWL Champs. 32 teams will enter, but only 1 team will earn the title of World Champions. Grab your controller and get your squad back together. We'll see you online and in person starting November 3rd for the 2018 CWL season.